Hello everybody, welcome to this playthrough for Rookie Division with the tournament win for the Christmas Park tournament here in Golf Clash, the game. Video sponsored by Golf Clash and Playdemic. And before we start, make sure you do subscribe to the channel. Also visit golfclashtommy.com for more Golf Clash related content for free. Last but not least, get the ultimate tournament guides on patreon.com/golfclashtommy. Have in mind that we will not be doing a guide for opening round as we do go on holiday to celebrate with our families, but we will be making a guide for the qualifying round and the weekend round that will help immensely when it is tough to have time to get your own notes. Make sure that you do visit our giveaway at the 22nd of December here on the channel, 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, which is 9 p.m. Central European Time, 8 p.m. UK time, where we will raffle away an iPad mini and have a nice little quiz. Follow the info box on the right hand side to get the club distance adjustment, the elevation adjustment, and also what ball and club type I do suggest you to play with. As always, these are suggestions, so you don't have to follow if you don't want to, but there is always a plan behind it. Let's go to hole number 1. For hole number 1, we're gonna play one of the tougher par 4s in the whole game, in my opinion. Why do I think that? It's because we have a very bumpy fairway, which always will have a risk for being very glitchy, which means that sometimes we're gonna have dead bounces. Sometimes we're gonna have a bounce and a roll that's gonna be just out of this world. Now we come in with a very nice speed here and we fall short, which is something that I do focus on to do. I rather want to fall short like this than go too long. 1 bar top spin, 2 bar side spin to the left, adjustment, maximum distance +10. Second shot, I use the wood club that gives me the most power. For those of you that feel frisky, you can play a rough bump by the green, but I don't really see the point in doing so, not here in the qualifying round. Maybe in the opening or the weekend round if we can push the drive a little bit further up. So I'm using side spin to the left, no top spin or back spin, and here once again playing with a big dog here is not going to be easy. It's because you do not have a good ball guideline. Those of you having the possibility to play with the sniper level 8 or better, I would recommend you to go with that club instead. But as for me, playing with sniper level 6, it is too risky to play with a wood club like that because it does not have not even close to the same amount of power. I think there is a difference of close to 16 or 18 yards different in terms of power with the big dog and the sniper, and that is going to hurt if we're going to have to overpower this shot. We do have a first bounce on the fairway, second bounce on the fairway before the green, which will then slow down the ball as it's an uphill slope and then roll towards the pin. No elevation for the second shot. Be careful, you don't want to go too long, and no spin is actually going to be perfect on that approach. For hole number 3, we will be using our quarterback. Have in mind that if you do play with a quarterback level 9, level 10, back up to +6 with your adjustment. Quarterback level 7, level 8, you start at max. Left side of the white ring by the rough line for 3 bars of top spin. 3 bars of top spin. Adjust, max +10. If playing with quarterback level 7, level 8, you push up to max. If playing with quarterback level 9, level 10, you push up half a ring. Second shot is gonna be a shot where we just transport us up the fairway and using 4 backspin, 1 left spin, aiming just center there on the fairway, giving ourselves room for a great ball left and a great ball right. And then we do have the adjust, max with no elevation, and then obviously as always trying to hit perfect. But here you can see that we are taking a very conservative route because there is a lot of things that could happen, especially with lower level clubs. You know, we could push this drive and second shot, like we could push the second shot hard and get up to short iron range, but there is no point in doing that if we don't have a ball guideline to follow, in my opinion. And that's why we're using the sniper route here as a route for us to play. Now I'm using the max distance there as a reference for us to get the correct adjustment towards the pin. I will be mixing around a little bit with side spin, and eventually we'll enter to go with 2 bars of side spin to the left, combined with a couple of bars of backspin, making sure that the ball guideline is through the hole as the green is slightly uphill. So we do need to definitely have that in mind. Medium distance with a 20% under adjustment is what I'm using here. That is a very, very little adjust, but that will work, and that is what we care about in the end. So we do adjust and then hit perfect, and we will see the ball bouncing nicely in the fairway. And we do have right at pin for a beautiful eagle here on hole number 2, which is going to be considered a drop when it comes to the tournament, as how tough this hole is. For hole number 3, we will be playing with our backbone. And I would say, you know, we want to play with the long iron that gives us the best ball guideline here, because that is what this is all about, in my opinion. We're using 4.5 bar backspin, which is enough here, and we're looking to aim a little bit further up than we're doing now. But once again, it's very difficult here when we do have such a bad ball guideline to know if we're aiming at the pin or if we're aiming short. I do adjust maximum distance plus 10, which is with power 0 ball numbers. And again, I'm trying to aim for pin, but it looked like that we were aiming a little bit to the right of the pin there, in my opinion. We bounce nicely though, speed-wise a little bit short. So if we move up a little bit, move a little bit left based on the video, we're gonna be fine. But once again, very difficult when we don't have a good ball guideline to work with. If you do have the possibility to play with a Grizzly level 7 or better, then that club is recommended. For hole number 4, we're gonna have in my opinion, the best chance by far making a drop here on the City Park in the Christmas Parks tournament. 4 bars of topspin, and here I will be changing to a Quasar ball because I do want to have the side spin too here. And the reason for that is, let's say that I would be using 1 bar of side spin and I hit a great left, then that ball is gonna be 100% into the rough, and we do want to prevent that because we're already playing an aggressive or like a thin line in between the rough and the tree there to the right. Adjustment maximum distance plus 10 here, and we are obviously looking to have the ball guideline straight down the fairway. Make sure that you're not using too much topspin. 4 bars is enough, even though it does maybe not seem like that. But once again, as the City Park is, it is a glitchy course, and you can see that roll there is something that we do not want to make the ball to roll into the rough. So we rather use a little bit less topspin, as 4 bars in the video, and make sure that we always, regardless if we're going to have a dead bounce or we have a more glitchy bounce, then we're still going to stay on the fairway. Second shot, we play with our thorn, or short iron I must say. You choose whatever you like the best, and also using a good ball guideline is going to be superior, because as I said when I was playing this shot, is that I have to guess now, because it's extremely difficult on a sloped green to know how the ball guideline is going to act exactly when we don't really have any help from it. So I'm leaving it short as I don't have a good ball guideline, using 1 right spin, 1 back spin, and then trying to estimate the club distance. I'm using medium distance, no elevation for this shot, and then obviously we're gonna have to try to hit perfect. Which we do, perfect ball, and we will see in this case that the ball bounces nicely. We like the camera angle, right at pin for a lovely eagle. Those of you having a ball guideline that is 4.0 or better definitely have a massive advantage, and I can almost stretch myself towards that. If you do have that, that is a must eagle. For those having a lesser ball guideline, this is going to be tough, but I do believe that this could be the hole that will make it or break it if you're going to do well in this tournament. For hole number 5, we will also on this part 3 play with a power 0 ball. This time I'm all in as well. We're looking to find the top of the red ring by the rough, with the bottom left of the white ring halfway falling down into the sand. When finding that position, we want to add left spin. Here I'm adding half a bar of left spin. I would recommend to add 0.8. And the reason I recommend to add 0.8 is based on the result that you will see here in the video. Adjustment, maximum distance plus 10, power 0 ball numbers, and then obviously we do want to hit perfect. Perfect ball, and we'll see the ball carrying away, bouncing nicely on the fairway. up towards the spin with a good speed. However, though, we do need more left spin if we're gonna have a chance to make an hole-in-one. For hole in number 6, we're gonna play a tough par 5 here. I was first thinking, should I bounce on that fairway then? Nah, I'm actually not. I'm gonna move down and bounce on that fairway instead, which is possible even with lower level extra miles. And using 2 bars of side spin to the left, and eventually I will go up and use max top spin here, which is 4.5 bars. I would highly recommend to not use more than 4.5 bar top spin here, because you definitely have a big risk if using more to roll into the rough if you once again on the glitchy park, as we could almost call it, have a risk of rolling into the rough there on the top. Now we are using a little bit of curl to the left there, like left side of the ball, approximately halfway in, and then we get down the fairway, and you can see here how close we are to the rough, even only using 4.5 bar topspin. But this is actually good for us, because now I would say that this is actually somewhat a semi attempt of getting this ball to drop. I'm using 4 bars of backspin, leaving the ball guideline slightly short due to the fact not having a good ball guideline. And here I would adjust maximum distance, no elevation. So, oh, what happened there? There was something with a tree there. It was weird. Some light. Maximum distance, no elevation is what I'm using. And once that is done, we will obviously be trying to hit perfect. One thing that I would like you to have in mind, that there is a risk of needing overpower for this shot. It all depends on the drive. You can just picture yourself. Let's say you have a short drive or you hit a bad great left and you get very far out to the left side. You will most definitely need to do some type of overpower, as you otherwise will fall short. Bad great right from my end, speed-wise is fine, and it comes up to the green. And to be completely honest, even though that is somewhat a semi-opportunity, I will take this eagle all day and every day, and I will not be mad about that. For hole number 7, we do want to play with a navigator ball. A power 1 win 2 ball is perfect here, and we're using the Saturn. It's either going to be the Saturn or it's going to be the Grim Reaper here, in my opinion. I'm using 6.5 bar backspin, bottom of the yellow ring by the edge of the rough, and then the second bounce I'm trying to have in the top right corner of the bright green square. Adjustment maximum distance plus 10, and the thing that I would like you to have in mind here is that I do believe 6.5 is a little bit too much in terms of backspin, or let's say like this, we are aiming too far down at us as a start. So you can either do 2 things here, and that is based on the result. 1, you move your target higher up as a start. Then the ball will not fall short as we're doing here, it will go towards the pin. 2, you remove backspin. And then obviously the first bounce will be longer, and then it won't turn down as fast as it did here. Up to you to decide. I do believe that the backspin shot here on the green is far superior any other type of route on hole 7. For hole number 8, we do have headwind. That's not that kind of the game makers, but we should be managing anyway, because the wind is pretty small, or like not that strong is what we can say. 4.5 bar top spin, 3 bar side spin to the left. We're using, in this case, the yellow ring, top of it by the rough line, and ball guideline you can see moving a little bit left from the sand. And don't be afraid about the sand, because we will use curl to take ourselves even further away from the sand. Maximum distance with a 10% over adjustment. Yes, we are not in maximum distance, but we will still use maximum distance numbers. You can see curl, we have left side of the ball to just crack the adjustment ring to the left, and that is a very good reference to use. And with that type of curl, you will see here that we get the ball into the center of the fairway, and we will have room to hit a great right and also a great left. Second shot, we will be playing in close to medium distance. Sure, we are having, what can I say? I've said that on several holes already. If you have low level clubs, right? Then you're gonna have a problem when it comes to judging how you should adjust for the pin, because we will only see a glitchy ball guideline from time to time with the sniper level 6. Those of you playing with sniper level 7 plus, which has 4.5 bars, 4.5 ball guideline definitely have a massive advantage here as well. And here, the only thing we can do is to try to somewhat guess. And I would recommend to go with somewhat around 1 to 1.5 bar backspin and 1 to 2 bars of side spin to the right. Aim for the pin, adjust medium distance, no elevation, and then you will have a chance. You can also use a guardian if you want to, or like the guardian, and go with backspin on the green if you feel that is simplified. It simplifies it more for you. If you do have a bad adjustment, you could risk catching the glitch on the green, which will in somewhat roll you very far over, and then that could be a problem. Again, very glitchy ball guideline, very tough to adjust. For hole number 9, we do have headwind as well, which is not that kind. It is not that kind. I'm using 3 bars of side spin to the right, and we will be using, in this case, 4 bars of top spin, making sure that we should not have any issues when it comes to reaching over the first piece of rough. Adjustment maximum distance with a 5% over adjustment, even though we are not in entirely max position. Half a ball of curl outside the adjustment ring to the right. And then we will see the ball bounce nicely on the fairway, over the rough, and then roll down the fairway. There is risk that if you do hit a bad great right, that the second bounce will clip the rough, but then you should still be able to reach to the platform that we are bouncing, but you will have to use overpower. Now, second shot, you can see that I'm using 1 left spin and 3 bars of backspin, and I will leave the ball guideline slightly through the hole. And I'm using the blue ring to the right by the rough. From this platform, +3, I'm playing maximum distance, -10% under adjustment due to the uphill approach, and then I'm going to take my shot. Perfect ball. And we see the ball carrying away. It bounces nicely on the fairway, but the ball does... Yeah, we are adjusting a little bit too much. We need to deduct 0.1 there to have a chance for the albatross. This is the best chance of the par 5s to make an albatross by far. Thank you so much for watching this playthrough with the tournament win here for the Christmas Park tournament in Golf Clash. The game video is sponsored by Golf Clash and Playdemic. Make sure you get the ultimate tournament guides on patreon.com/golfclashtommy. You can also get more information about Golf Clash and content for free on golfclashtommy.com. Once again, thank you so much for watching and good luck in the Christmas Park tournament.